poppin', everybody? It's your boy, and hey, check out the banner though. Your boys on NBA 2K19, bruh. Easy money. Yo, we're going to New York, Madison Square Garden. Let's play these Knicks. They're 2-6. We're 8-1. This is gonna be an easy W. They still have Melo. I forget who else they still have. They still have Melo. They got a bunch of random dudes, but we got this, man. We rocking the greens. We'll catch y'all on the other side, man. Cause I think it's going right to the pregame. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna catch y'all, yo. Holla at your boy, man. All right, peace. Oh wait, something's happening. Oh, no. Be good.
NYK Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Milwaukee Bucks as they go up against the Knicks in New York. Checking out New York. Relative to last season, their record at this point, not quite up to par. They're looking for answers, looking for improvement as the season continues. Well, Carmelo Anthony, an offensive force now for so many years in this league, not scoring maybe quite as much as he used to, but he still draws a lot of attention from the D.
Still gets those double teams. I would imagine that he's probably never played an NBA basketball game without being double teamed at some point. That would be
It's a great point.
Unique feeling. Shaq, I don't know anyone like that who's been doubled every game.
Me either. The attention he gets opens up things for his team. He just needs to get the ball to the right place.
Shaq, I've never heard anybody get doubled. Have you?
Me either. Because I got tripled.
Okay, there it is.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Milwaukee Bucks are ready for this thing to get started. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday night hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. For the Knicks, they continue their stretch of home games. They haven't started out with the success they had hoped for, but the season obviously is still very young.
And you wondered coming into the season if this team might have some issues, and that's been the case here thus far. We'll see if they can address those issues. It's a long season and find a way to turn it around.
Clearly some deficiencies in this roster that need to be addressed. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I mean, they'd love to get back to around 500, but the way they're made and constituted, that'll be tough.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the NBA Players Union recently voted unanimously to fund health care insurance for retired players. Now, Chris Paul, the Players Association's president, said, "We're in this position because of the hard work of the men who came before us. It's important that we take care of our extended NBA family and ensure the well-being of our predecessors." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. A true sign of how caring the NBA is, always looking out for the retired players. Coaches experimenting here, Clark, early in the season and trying to feel which rotations work and which ones don't.
Well, that's normal for coaches to tinker a little bit, especially when you've got new players and you're trying to put together a different team. So you tinker until you find what works for you, and then you look to stay with it. Ideally, you'd like to be set on your rotation probably no later than a fourth of the way through the season.
And so off the tip, it's New York. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis and Parker, the explosive forward pair. Money out there with Wells. Porzingis passes to Jang. Outside Mayo. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Porzingis, and the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got the opening field goal of the game for New York.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Here's Wells. Kept alive. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. They set the pick. Here's Ostrovsky. Up again. And Wells is right there.
Yep, you got to get a body on Wells. I mean, he's fantastic at crashing the glass and coming up with those rebounds.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Mayo against Martinez. DeMayo. Jang, a screen. Shot off the pick. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Here's Ostrovsky, and no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Blake up top. Antetokounmpo defending. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Wells. Count that one. Wells has got his second bucket tonight.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Jang, a screen. Outside Hardaway. Mayo. That's good. Mayo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And a season ago at the charity strike, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. A rebound by the Bucks. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jang, a screen. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target with his three. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Back to Martinez. Knocks down the three ball. Martinez has got 6.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Mayo with it. Now defended by Martinez. They get the rebound. Porzingis. That's tipped. And here is Martinez. In the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. It's tipped. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. There's a screen. Feeds it to Wells. Off target with his 3.
I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. No good from Martinez. Knicks trail by 4.
And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Mayo kicks to Hardaway. To Mayo. Shot to stop the drought, and he lays it up and in. He has 6.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Wells. He's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Here's Blake after the made shot from Shammy Wells. Hardaway for 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And that one, good. And it's 8 points for money.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Mayo kicks to Porzingis. Now Jang. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Good on the triple.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3-ball the way they did.
And Greg, they were shooting that thing with confidence, boy. Every time they got a clean look from deep, the trigger was pulled. Ow.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Now here's Levine. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia, and he makes that one.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, big guards with exceptional athleticism, you see why it's so in vogue, so much the in thing now. Levine thrives in the painted area.
Here's Reed after the made shot from Zach LaVine. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Outside, Levine. They set the pick. Wilson left side. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Outside, Levine. No good on the triple.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Ingram. Boy, that win against the 76ers, he's another guy who really showed up to play. And Zach LaVine hits from deep. LaVine's got 5 points so far.
Well, that's why a number of people feel LaVine's better off the ball, Kevin. I mean, let somebody else set him up, and all he has to do is finish.
Here's Anthony, hoping to put that miserable performance against Phoenix behind him tonight. Wilson against Reed. Booker outside. Here's Hilliard. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Kicks to Ingram. On the wing, Levine. Martinez outside. Back to Levine. Maker with a screen for Levine. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Snatched up. The shot's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Reed. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He used that pick to perfection.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
The shot's good from Martinez.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Hey, Clark, as a Midwest guy, you grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Here's Wilson. The Knicks making the shot. That's tipped.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Anthony. He has 6. Reed kicks to Booker. Over Maker. No good from Booker. Bucks leading by 3. The 3. And that one's good. Ingram's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, really, Ingram is consistent in nailing these perimeter shots. You got to get a hand up, but he's going to bury it every time.
Here's Ntilikina. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Martinez with it. There's a good screen. Outside, Levine. Off target from outside. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And don't go away. We'll be right back. First quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
Trevor Booker is out there with Reed. Then it's Anthony, and it's Hilliard in at the 2. That's the 5 for New York right now. Ingram dishes to Levine. Bucks passing it around. They get it back. Alicio, no good.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the 76ers was a revelation. He ended with 31 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. You know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. Well, we know Levine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Reed the pass to Booker. Maker with the double team. Here is Hilliard. Covered by Martinez. Shot clock at 5. And now the fast break. Martinez with the ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 12-point Milwaukee lead. And for the Knicks, they're shooting around 41% on the night. Booker outside. Reed a screen. And Booker kicks to Reed. Pass to Ntilikina. Stolen by Martinez. Bucks another fast break opportunity here. Levine wide open. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Milwaukee.
And it's really been a big night for that backcourt. They've given their guards as much freedom as they want, and over again, those guys have come through.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defenders that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy.
Mayo kicks to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. To the paint. It's stolen. Here's Wells. And another basket for Milwaukee. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
That free throw, good from Jang.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Jang keeps himself in peak physical condition. Low body fat percentage, and I think that's a byproduct of spending time at Louisville. Fanatic for that kind of stuff.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Jang, a screen. Clark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, Porzingis plays with such fearlessness. I love that about him. And he's also a big guy with some agility and endless range. This guy has in the gym range, if anybody has that.
Now here's Wells. Guarded by Hardaway. Martinez against Mayo. Clock at 6. Wells' shot is good.
And Wells has the full toolkit on offense. Terrific form, a consistent, dedicated, deadly scorer.
Mayo kicks to Porzingis. Passes it to Jang. They set the pick. Hardaway with a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
I mean, anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth. Guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
Mayo and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Wells. Here's Ostrovsky. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
New York calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Money. Coming off a terrific season. Averaged about 27 points a game last season. 13 assists and over 2.5 steals. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Knicks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. First free throw is good. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Porzingis passes to Chang. Screen by Porzingis. Hardaway for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Hardaway has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Knicks. Now here's Wells. Guarded by Hardaway. Down low. Porzingis with the block. Here's Ostrovsky. Rebound by Jang.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Shoots the 3. That one misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand. And that one is good. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Lewis checked in for Wells. Bucks leading by 12. There's the pick. To the inside, Ostrovsky, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Martinez the pass to Parker. Over Porzingis, and that one's good. Parker's got 6 points in the quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Mayo dishing to Blake. Here's Jang, but he gets it back. Mayo kicks to Blake. Antetokounmpo on the double team. Jang, no luck.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Lewis, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, and they're shooting really.
And so it's Shammy Wells making things happen for Milwaukee. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display.
Thank you, Kevin. Another quick start here in this first half. What has been the key the last few games?
Oh, D.A., you know, my teammates have done a great job of getting me in a rhythm early on in the game. If I get a few touches early on, you know, I feel more engaged, and it builds from there. I mean, this whole team does a great job of believing in one another and setting each other up for success.
Well, so far so good tonight. Thanks. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Shammy Wells has been sensational.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Bucks. The young Bucks. Antetokounmpo and Parker at 3 and 4. Wells is out there with money. Antetokounmpo kicks to Wells. The high post shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Wells has got 16.
And even when you get a hand up, Wells still drains it. I mean, excellent concentration. He's not a guy you can easily shake.
The 3 from Porzingis. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Ostrovsky. No good with the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Blake. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Boy, you take a look at Jason Kidd, and he's clearly one of those players that just has a mind for the game. Throughout his career, you saw how well he saw the court, felt the game, and how he created scoring chances for his teammates, and was also very heady at the defensive end. One of the very cerebral Hall of Fame players we've had in the history of the league.
One shot, find the lanes.
And with Kidd, he was one of those players that when he got into coaching, you just said, of course, it makes too much sense given how much of an on-the-court leader he was.
Yeah, and you know what? You're exactly right. I felt the same way about Kidd. And when you play with some players, you just get that feeling with how they approach the game. And even in your role as a broadcaster, mine too, we get to talk to players and we get a feeling of whether they'll coach or not. Even in college, you could tell he was a special player with kind of a unique view of the game as well.
Hardaway passes to Mayo. Shoots over Wells. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket for Mayo.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Mayo against Martinez. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo.
And the vision of the Greek Freak easily spotting his wide open teammates thanks to that height of his.
New York's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Mayo dishing to Jang. And finished off by Jang.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
New York moving it around. Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Mayo with a screen on Antetokounmpo. 4 on the clock. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Effective screens set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Martinez the pass to Antetokounmpo. He kicks it to Wells. Here's Ostrovsky over Chang. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Here's Hardaway. He's got 9. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Chang, a screen. Shot clock at 5. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. That's now 8 points for Porzingis. Bucks leading by 10. Martinez outside. He dishes it to Wells. Screened by Parker. Back to Martinez. A three-pointer off the mark. Knicks have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Shot by Mayo is no good. Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Martinez drives in. Puts it up from 17. The shot is good off the backboard. He's got 7.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
Here's Porzingis. Chang, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, just hitting a reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Bucks leading by 10. Now the feed to Wells. Drains the three-pointer. Wells has got 19 points.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Now here's Mayo. He's got 8, and that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him. Mayo against Martinez. Screened by Porzingis. Mayo kicks to Porzingis. Clock at 4. Launches it. Knocks down the 3-ball. Porzingis has got 11 points.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Wells dishes to Antetokounmpo. Blake with the steal. And now here's Mayo, the fast break opportunity.
Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Bucks leading by 7. And glad to see Jabari Parker out on the floor after recovering from yet another torn ACL. It's always hard to go through that injury, never mind twice in your first 3 seasons in the NBA. But, you know, Parker's a fighter through and through.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Not an easy situation, and really disheartening for all of us who appreciate his talent and skill level. He's an outstanding young man and player, and he's vowed to come back stronger than ever before. And his attitude, positive approach to difficult adversity, I think, has set him up to have a chance to do just what he vowed to do.
Rebounded by Anthony. Knicks trail by 7. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
For the 3. And it's Anthony again missing. Milwaukee's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Good on the triple. Antetokounmpo's got 5 points now this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. That defense was totally lost. Don't know how you let a shooter get off such a clean look from beyond the arc. Come on, you got to pay attention.
Levine can't hit.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
That one goes in.
Yeah, I like the feel Neely Keener showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Martinez drives in, and that one drops. Martinez has got 17 now.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Here's Ingram. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now it's an 11-point Bucks lead.
And, you know, guys, not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can get it done inside, too. I mean, the way he releases the shot and that extension he gets on it makes it very hard to block.
And Maker sends it back to the inside. Mayo doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Martinez. For 3, Levine drills it from outside. 10 points for him. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Ntilikina. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Porzingis, here we go. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Reedy's checked in for the Knicks. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Lewis is checked in, and it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. The Bucks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Booker, he's checked in for Porzingis.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
You know what you like about Levine, he just keeps improving, keeps getting better, a little more strength and focus, and we're talking potentially an all-star.
They set the pick. Here's Anthony, And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Bucks passing it around. Lewis on the wing. Back to Martinez. 11 seconds left in the third. Ingram wide open. Off target with his three. Here's Ntilikina. Off target. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Knicks trail by 15. We've got Ntilikina. Booker out there with Anthony. Then it's Reed, and it's Hilliard in at the two guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Stolen by Lewis. The dish to Ingram. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better. You know, one of the undervalued parts of rebuilding is finding talented players of high character. And that's one more thing I like about Brandon Ingram. I mean, he's unselfish, a good teammate, and he accepts input from his coaches.
And Ingram very quiet, very reserved, but Clark, he embraced the go-to role in his freshman season at Duke.
Yeah, and with his work ethic, the sky's the limit for this young man. He's humble, but very confident in himself.
To the inside. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it goes down 2 points. And that's 19 points for Money.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Here's Ntilikina, and Maker sends it back. And now the fast break, Martinez with the ball. Lewis misses. Knicks trail by 19. Pass to Ntilikina. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And Ntilikina has a ton of potential, guys. A pass-first point guard with tremendous vision.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Gorgie Dang comes in for Booker. Hardaway is subbed in for Darren Hilliard. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Martinez outside. And so here is New York. Knicks trail by 17. Here's Ntilikina. Dishes it to Anthony. Bank shot, no good.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Martinez. Anthony, the pass to Reed. Here's Ntilikina. And not sure what he was thinking there.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game. Well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
He feeds it to Anthony, and Anthony gets double teamed, and Zhang kicks to Hardaway. Reed a screen, shot off the pick, goes back up, and the layup is good.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And so here is New York. Knicks trail by 17. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Reed. Stripped away. And now running up the court. Lewis pushing it up. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Bucks lead by 19.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Zhang a screen. Anthony in the corner. Five on the clock. And that one comes up a bit short.
I tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, you know what, Greg? To me, it looks like they packed it in and just kind of given up.
The pass to Hardaway. Feeds it to Reed. Zhang a screen. Reed with it. He's picked up by Parker, and Hardaway gets it to go.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Back to Levine. Ostrovsky. Zhang defending. They set the screen. A baseline J. It's rebounded by New York. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. Kicks to Zhang. Anthony dishes to Reed. Levine against Hardaway. Passes it to Zhang. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
Good rhythm in the catch-and-shoot game. Defensively, you'd prefer to force Zhang into at least one dribble. Not quite as effective if he has to put it on the ground.
Martinez the pass to Lewis. Levine for 3. Shot clock reset for the Bucks.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
And here are the Knicks now, trailing by 19. There's a good screen. And here's Reed. He kicks it to Zhang, to the middle. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Zhang. Zhang's got 4 assists in the game. Lewis outside. He dishes it to Levine. Kept alive. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 19.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Here's Ntilikina, covered by Martinez, and that's a foul called on Money. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Timeout called the Bucks. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Money.
And as good a point guard play as you'll see. He's controlled the game with his passing skills. And as good as he's been as a distributor, the only job his teammates need to worry about is getting open.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Here's Mayo. Screen by Porzingis. Mayo kicks to Porzingis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Kristaps Porzingis. 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Milwaukee leading by 17. Martinez the pass to Wells. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
Here's Mayo.
Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
Hardaway kicks to Zhang. The feed to Mayo. New York moving the ball around. Zhang with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Martinez drives in, and that one's good. Parker.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. We've seen Money really having a great game.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Mayo with it. Now defended by Martinez. There's the pick. Zhang a screen. Here's Mayo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Mayo's got 14 points here in the second half. Bucks leading by 14. Now Martinez. Here's Ostrovsky. And the 3 off target. New York's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Mayo against Martinez. And that's a foul called on Money. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Martinez against Mayo. Here's Zhang. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Zhang's got 4 points in the quarter.
Though Zhang has developed a pretty good outside shot, this is where you want him operating, in the painted area.
1:27 left here in the 4th quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Wells, and it's good. 2 points. Wells has got 21.
Wells is so good at figuring out ways to score in the paint. You got to respect his game inside.
Screen by Porzingis. Mayo dishing to Blake. Zhang a screen to the wing right side. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Bucks.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for money.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Now the dish to Wells. Timeout called, the Bucks. They're in front by 10. 17 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just...
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group shows?
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA.
Hey, what I tell y'all, man. This is what we do, baby. A huge win. Great win. How close am I to a 91? Still at an 84%. Woo! Alright, guys. I'll catch y'all on the other side. They're probably going to have me do a stupid interview. Yeah, I ain't even going to deal with that. I'll catch y'all next video, man. Love you guys. Madison swag all done. Love y'all. Alright. Thanks.